Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween. Yay. I'm so excited. I woke up with so much energy and so many ideas. I had to take a deep breath, relax, and just lay in bed and have my coffee, listen to a reader, and gather my my excitability because I really was like, oh, I want to go get more pumpkins. I really want the yard to be beefed up and have extra candy and just have things be really nice. I want to go to the animal shelter and bring bones for the dogs and things for the cats because I got to feed and give tricks and treats to the animals as well. So I got so excited. And talk about manifesting. So as I was laying there, I was thinking, I have all these awesome, magical, witchy, brewy, fantastic decks. And I'm like, I don't know where in the world they are. Funnily enough, just instinctually, I went to this old bureau drawer, pulled it out, and there were my decks that had all of these wonderful witchy things. And yesterday I painted my nails. I wanted it to be like orange, and then I wanted like the blue of the sky over it. So I thought it came out. Let me see. I think I've got to point to it for the camera to focus on. I'm not sure. But it's like this just turquoisey orange, like spooky drippy paint, which I was so excited. So you guys, these are some of the decks that I found. I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to use this beautiful tarot deck as well. I'm going to pull a card to pull like a qualifier on what is taking place with this. I hope you guys are going to have fun. I want this to be my costume. I'm serious. But then I saw this as well, and I was like, oh, I love this costume as well, the Three of Cups, and I thought it was so cool. But I'm going to see what I can do with something like this. And weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure I have all of the accoutrements in my house when it comes to all my craziness that I have. So you guys, let's start with the Hedge Witch. Herb wisdom, secrets, and hidden lore. So I am going to pull. Here we go. Yay, the moon. It's absolutely perfect. And I love this deck. It's very mysterious. It's very bewitching. It's perfect for this. So oftentimes our bodies are like, yoo-hoo, remember this organ, your brain, what might it need besides hydration and the right vitamins and B12s and things that are good for it. So basically every prescription, every vitamin comes from a natural based plant source or derivative, right? So what can you just put naturally into your food? I'm always blown away when I read about certain things and I have naturally been led to them, you know, like in my garden or at the grocery store, and felt like chewing on fennel seeds for digestion, weird things like that were just like autopilot, handed down family generation through generation, the hidden lore. My mom had all this fantastic stuff. She was always in her garden. She was always like cooking seeds and baking and loved doing everything with pumpkins and squashes and flowers. And she loved lavender, all of these things that are naturally soothing or healing. She had her own aloe plants, things of that nature. You guys, I'm telling you, aloe is so superb. If you're, boiling something on the stove and you get a little burned natural aloe, that lovely salve that feels like heaven. Really look into it. Now available to each and every one of us on the World Wide Web is every wonderful plant and what's in it and herbs and what's healing about it available. If you go on Pinterest, that's fantastic for it. If you ever want to know the properties of crystals, you ever want to know the properties and healing derivatives of plants, that's on there, all of that. So I love that. Look into that, all the hidden secrets. And that's the moon. Your intuition will guide you. Sometimes, have you noticed all of a sudden you crave different foods? You crave different maybe juices or drinks or whatever. Listen to your body. It's going to lead you to what you want. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be something in its natural form, apples, nuts. Sometimes I just freak out over grapes. I'm like, I can't get enough grapes. Things of that nature. And it's your body saying, okay, I need this vitamin. I might be a little deficient in this. So let's go and check it all out. And intuitively, and you are just going to be led beautifully to whatever it is that you need. So that is the Hedge Witch with the moon. Use your intuition. Just stop and breathe in and be like, what's my body feeling right now? Do I feel stiff? My husband is ridiculous and funny at the same time when it comes to these weird monitors he has. It's like a health thing. It's like, don't sit for more than a certain amount of time. So all of a sudden we'll be watching a show and boing, he springs up and starts walking around. And I'm like, what in the omen is happening here? And then I remember, oh yeah, he's got all these gadgets that say, and it's true. You ever just sit through an entire movie and you go to get up and you're like, ugh, really? It's like, just listen to yourself, move it, groove it, eat it, drink it, do whatever you need when your body is like, oh, this sounds so good. Sometimes I just pause in front of, say, a fruit case, and I look around, and all of a sudden something will seem very appealing. It could be pineapple, it could be sunflower seeds, and it's your body going, them the yum yums you need, put them in the tank, and then your body will thank you for it. But also brain food, I feel like a lot of times if I have lots of thinking to do, I'm really into blueberries, I'm really into these beautiful superfoods, so that sort of thing. Now let's go to blood month, sacrifice, offerings, and decisions. For me today, I'm really excited because some of the offerings I want to do is also for the beautiful animal kingdom today. I already spread out some goodies in the yard for everybody. I get deers, I get turkeys, I almost said otters, I get groundhogs, I get, oh my God, birds of every denomination from everywhere, because we're near a bird sanctuary. Put out some goodies and foods for them, and I'm really excited. I'm going to, part of my Halloween process is going to get a lovely seed feeder for them, put out and get some great dog bones to hand. All my neighbors have dogs and they're terrific. Hand out some dog bones to them as well. So I'm really excited. But also sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for long-term games? I'm really big on this lately with my friends, my family, and myself, and taking a look at what am I sacrificing for these quick, immediate satisfaction boosts of whatever, endorphins, dopamine. Sometimes it's going online, and sometimes I just say inscrutably to myself, put that device down. You could be outside, you could be walking, you could be developing some new ideas, like calm down with the social media and all the stuff that gets me excited. I love costumes, but it's one of those things, if it just envelops you and you can see the addictive qualities of it, let it go. Sacrifice these little short-term boosts for long-term gains. Now, it also talks about decision. A lot of us have to make a decision. I'm going to see what that entails. Yes, 9 of Cups. What is making you happy? I feel like you need to cut 1 or 2 things out that don't really make you happy. You may think they're habits, patterns, or something that you've just acquired along the way. And we think this. I love this when I heard from somebody saying, I thought the grand old living and was being able to afford whenever I wanted. I could just sit down and watch program after program and put my feet up and have snacks and relax. But anything in excess or more than a couple hours of doing something, it loses its gloss and it loses its luster. So ask yourself, what might you be doing in excess that isn't as wonderful as you may have thought? It's like, it may be society's idea of something that is restful and decadent, but really it's not doing you. Your creative mind isn't satisfied by that. What is going to fill those cups up? I love to sit down and write down maybe 3 things that I want to do. Like, there's some really cool things. I want to start to make some really neat wind chimes. I love making neat wind chimes with some really beautiful crystals. I just started making some really neat ear cuffs. I found that I love big, kind of like colorful stones at times, but I don't like the weight on my ear. So I make this just wire wrap that goes around the back of the ear and comes down and can hold pretty much any weight of stones. It looks beautiful. It creates a cascade of stones, and then it looks even better when you put like a really light crystal through the hole and you can't even see, and it looks like an earring. It looks beautiful. Things like that. I'd much prefer to be doing that than just endlessly scrolling or sitting in front of a TV. Everything has a time and a place, but what is really going to make you happy? And for a lot of you, I feel like it is a creative endeavor. Whenever I see this, I think of dried flowers hanging from, the rooftops in a shed, a beautiful gardening shed, something of that, planting, growing, all of that I feel could be taking place. So I love that for Blood Month for sure. Now let's look at the Green Witch. Fresh new spring, fresh new ideas. Let's see what card is coming up with that. 10 of Pentacles. Yes. So let's move this next to its card. So what do you want to bring into your world that makes you feel refreshed, invigorated, new? It is time to get excited. I know that October is one of the greatest times to get excited because it's the build-up season to all the fun holidays in America. It's Thanksgiving and going home or having people come over, celebrating with friends, having moments, and it's one of the most wonderful things because there's no expectation of what do I have to buy for people? What am I going to do? There is a little bit about the food and all of that. Like, Ian was hilarious. He's like, oh my God, I just spent so much money at the supermarket. They're going to give me a free turkey or something. I'm like, how do they know? Like, what's the deal? You bring in this mile-long receipt. And he's like, no, it's on my whatever, my grade A card. And I'm like, well, hallelujah. And it's funny, in my mind, I was thinking, how much does a turkey cost? Is it like $5? Is it like $50? No clue whatsoever. And, I don't talk about it with the turkeys that come my yard either, because they'll take offense to that. It was so funny. One time I just had this regular food, and it's made from chicken for the cats, and I put it out in the yard, and he's like, see if the turkeys eat it, those crazy cannibals. And they gobbled it up, and we were laughing. We're like, they don't care. They're not very picky. So 10 of Pentacles, you are going to be bringing in some beautiful and substantial wealth due to the fact that you're going to have some fantastic ideas. Fresh new things are just going to spring into your head. Have a notepad ready. You're going to be ready, whether it is you carving out some niche that is very special and spectacular and just takes off, and or writing, reading, speaking. If you want to start something on social media, whatever it is, it's like this endeavor makes you feel good. It gives you a spring in your step. It makes you feel good about what you're doing. Continue. I know there's nothing I really love more. If it's not spending time with my family, it's doing these readings. It's like, I love it. I love the cards. I love the art. I love the channeling. I love the vibe. Everything brings me up. All of that. This is also time. I want you to start your Christmas list. I started, my birthday is in November, so I got all excited. I'm like making my Indigo Tarot Odyssey wish list for my husband and everything, and I got so excited. It was like early Christmas shopping, my Christmas list for myself, my birthday list for myself. Just the idea, like the other day when we were talking about if you won the lotto, who would you be sharing with, where would you be traveling, all of that. Make that wish in your head, and then it's funny because you'll start to carve a path towards these things. You'll start to manifest them. Hey, universe, I want this. All of a sudden, boom, it's out there. And if you guys don't have or you never heard of Amazon wish lists, they're perfect for like family members, for birthday, for Christmas. It lets other people know, you know, what you'd really like. And it saves them shipping everything because they just put your address and it goes directly to you. And I find it wonderful. And also, it's like, it gives you that little boost, like, oh, wow, there's a possibility this could be on its way, instead of, you know, your family or friends guessing and sending you all kinds of crazy things like socks and ties, the poor men out there. Anyway, you guys, I want you to write down 3 things, or think 3 things right now that you feel would excite you, that would bring vitality and that boost and get you stoked for life and move you in the direction that you want to be in. And practice these things. Act as if, you know, you're already doing them. That's the thing. You kind of got to put yourself already in that mix and be like, oh, this feels great. Whether it's an exercise routine, whether it's cooking something beautiful, bringing something over to the neighbors, doing something for your local shelter, animal shelter, whatever it is, I feel like it's that kind of boost that we all deserve. Boost in your roost, you know, like, let's do this. I want to feel good about life. Just breaking a simple habit too, because I know I love to kind of like laze and think and dream, and there's a time for that. But I know my energy level, if I don't go out and do things physically before 2 o'clock, oftentimes I won't then do them. It's a strange kind of like predilection I have in my life of like, if I need to go do something that's exertive, that is shopping or whatever, it has to be done earlier because I tend to nest later in the day. Creative, I cycle down, sometimes nap and do other things like that. So know your cycles as well within all of this. When you are trying to complete this and do these things for yourself, notice where you're boosted and notice where, oh, okay, I've got a little extra physical energy. I'm going to go for a walk, yada, yada, whatever you're going to do. So my lovelies, I just hope you have the best Halloween. Stay safe. Don't overindulge. I actually opened a bag of Snickers last night. I'm like, I'll just have 1. I'll just have 2. And then I'm like, that's it. And yeah, that's dangerous to have I bought all the candy, of course, that I love. What in the heck? You know, it's like happy Halloween to me. But I hope you guys have a great, great holiday. And I'm running some specials over on my IG, Sparkrist11, if you're curious and beautiful. Halloween spreads, which I'm going to be doing later tonight, so you get them right away. You'll have them by tomorrow as well. And I want to thank everybody who ordered them. And you guys are the absolute best. And send me pictures. Send me over on my DMs pictures of you or your children or everybody dressed up. I'm so excited. I'm going to take lots of pictures tonight. My neighborhood has great people and they're wonderful, and I can't wait to see their kids dressed up. So love and light, everybody.